Welcome back student to online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today we are going to start your new biology chapter. Name of the chapter is cell structure and function. Okay. In this chapter we are going to learn about cells, its function and the basic structure of plant cell and animal cell, and we are going to compare both of the cell and all the organelles which are present inside the cell. Okay. So let's begin our chapter. So you have already learned the things around us are either living or non-living. We know this since our class 6th. Okay, we know things can be classified either as living or non-living. But one more category is also there. The things which are sometimes living and sometimes non-living. Those are viruses. You all are aware with viruses. Viruses were present in our chapter number 2, microorganism, friend and foe. Okay. Now further we will recall all the living organisms carry out basic functions. Okay, to carry out those basic functions, all living organisms need a proper management, and all this happens inside the cell. So all living organisms need this cell to perform the basic functions. Okay, can you list some of these functions? Those functions were digestion, respiration, and we have covered all those functions in your class 7th, right? Different set of organ perform the various functions you have listed in this chapter. You shall learn about basic structural unit of organ, which is cell. Cell is the basic fundamental unit of your body, of all living organism. Basic fundamental that body. Okay. You can compare cell with the bricks. When you want to make your home, what is the first thing which is required? That is brick. Okay, without brick you cannot make your home. In the same way, without cell you cannot make human or any living organism body. So they are fundamental unit of life, cells. Okay, which is a cell. Cell may be compared to bricks, which we have discussed just now. Okay, discovery of cell. So the scientist named Robert Hooke in 1665 observed the slices of cork. Cork is the uppermost part of the tree, okay, on bark, under a simple magnifying device. Cork is a part of bark of a tree. He took the thinnest slice of that cork and observed under the microscope. He noticed some partitions are there like boxes, okay, and he compared those partitions with the that honeycomb of a honeybee. Okay, these boxes look like honeycomb. He also noticed that one box was separated from other by a wall or the partition. All those boxes were separated from each other by the compartment. Okay, so he named those compartment as cell. Cell is a Latin word which means small room. Okay, so now you know that history behind the name of the cell. Okay, what Hooke observed as boxes or cell in the cork were actually dead cell, because the cork or the uppermost layer of the tree, the bark, it formed the uppermost layer of dead cell. That's why the cell which were observed by the Robert Hooke were actually dead. Okay. Cell of living organism could be observed only after the discovery of improved microscopes. Okay, the history of this that cell or the lag behind. Why? Because of discovery of microscope. We are way behind in the discovery of that lenses. That's why we could not observe the proper particles which we cannot see with naked eyes. Okay, so the history of cells linked with history of this that invention of lens. Okay, now very little was known about cell for the next 150 years after Robert Hooke observation. You can imagine this lag was due to that insufficiency of lenses. Okay. We know a lot about cell structure and its function because of improved microscope. Now we have improved microscope. Now we have electronic microscopes also, through which we can see even the smallest particle. We can observe atoms also with the help of that electron microscopes. Okay. So with advancement of microscope, now we unfold that magical word of cell, right? Now the cell. Both bricks in a building and cell are the same in this living organism are basic structural unit. Okay. The building, though built on similar brick, okay, they require similar kind of bricks to make a building, but this is not the case with the living organism. Living organism with complexity, they need different kind of cell to perform different kind of function. Okay, even in your human body, different kind of organ have different kind of cell. Your liver cell is way different from your neural cell, the cell present in your brain, which is way different from the cell which are present in your lungs. Okay, because of the function differently, okay, they have different function, that's why their structure is different from each other. Similarly, living organism differ from one another but all made up of cell. All made up of cell, still will look different. All the living organism look different, okay, because they have different set of cells. Cell in the living organism are complex living structure unlike non-living brick. Cells are complex in structure. We have compared cell with the brick. Okay, both are structural fundamental unit of building of living organism. But what is the difference? Difference is building requires similar kind of cell, but our body require that variety of cells to perform variety of function. First of all, secondly, bricks are simple in structure, but cells are complex in structure. Okay, hand hair can be seen easily. Is it cell or a group of cell? It is a cell. Okay, some cell are larger in size. For example, egg cell. Okay, egg is a one cell. Okay, you can compare. Okay, though they look similar. Yeah, this is brick. This is onion peel. Now, egg of a cell represents single cell, and it's a big enough. You can see it with your naked eyes. Okay, unaided eyes. Organized organisms show variety of cell number, shape, and size. Different kind of organism require different kind of cell, different kind of shape. Okay, and size also. How do scientists observe and study the living cell? They use microscope. We know that we need microscope to observe the small microparticles. Okay, which magnifying object? The microscope magnify the object. So they use the light and magnification so that we can observe even the smallest particle. But one more thing is also required, that is dye. If you see any object, any living thing under the microscope without a dye, it will look like a lump. Okay, you are not able to observe anything. That's why you need dye. First of all, you have to dye the thing. For example, you need that methylene blue dye. It will that give the blue color to all the cell organelle, and then you are able to observe all those things, because otherwise it will look white and you are not able to differentiate different things. Okay, stain or dye are used to color the part of the cell to study. Okay, we need dye to color the part of the cell so that we can study. There are millions of living organisms. They are of different shape and sizes. Okay, we know that the organ also vary in shape, size, and number of cells. Let's study about them. First of all, number of cells. Okay, can you guess the number of cells in a tall tree or in a huge animal like elephant? Can you compare the cell of the elephant with the cell of a bacteria? Obviously, elephant will be having more number of cells as compared to small bacteria. The number run into billion and trillions, right? Human body has trillion of cells which vary in shape and sizes. Different group of cells perform that a particular function. Then that group of cell is known as tissue. Okay, group of cell which are having same kind of function are known as tissue. Okay. Now billion, what is billion? Billion is 1000 million. 1000 million is equal to 1 billion. A trillion is 1000 billion. Simple mathematics. Okay. Now, organism made up of more than one cell. Okay. So we have to categorize the organism into two categories. First one is the organism having single cell, unicellular. Organism having more than one type of cell, multicellular. Uni means single, multi means more than one. Okay, so organism, all the living organism can be divided into these two categories. They will fit into these two categories. Either they will be having one cell or they will be having multiple cell. Okay, multicellular and single cell. Now, number of cell being less in smaller organism does not mean in any way affect the function of the organism. Okay, organism can function with one single cell also. It can perform all the function with that one cell. Okay, you will be surprised to know that an organism with billion of cells began life as single cell, which is fertilized egg. Even you have began your life with that single cell only. We all the living organism started their life with that single cell, that single egg fertilized. It will that converted into zygote, then it will make the that get the form of baby. Okay, but ultimately we all origin of all the living organism is from single cell. Okay, yeah, single cell which is fertilized. The fertilized egg can multiply. Okay, that fertilized cell multiply multiple times and increase in size. That's how your development started. Okay, now look at the figure 8.3. Both organism made up of single cell. Now, yes, this figure, these two organism, this is amoeba, this is paramecium. Both of these are made up of single type of cell. Amoeba also and paramecium also. They are microscopic organism. They are made up of single cell. Now you can compare these with our body. Our body made up of billion of cells which perform different kind of functions, and compare this, they are having single cell. Okay, you can compare now. Single cell organism perform necessary function, okay, that multiple organism perform. Single cell organism, unicellular organism can perform all functions which are performed by multicellular organism. Okay, single cell organism like amoeba capture and digest the food like us, respire, excrete, grow, reproduce, into all the function which are done by multicellular organism. Okay, similar function in multicellular organism are carried out by group of specialized cell performing different tissue. In multicellular organism, the cell group together to make the tissue to perform the same kind of function. Amoeba perform all the function with help of one cell only. And us, if you compare amoeba and human beings having multiple cells and they group together to form the tissue, then tissue group together to form the organ group together to form the organ system. You can see the hierarchy of the work division in case of multicellular organism. So though both are doing same kind of thing, but more it will be more organized in multicellular organism as compared to unicellular organism. Okay, now in our physical classes we can watch this paramecium and amoeba in microscope. Okay, we will try that. Now, shape of cell. How do you define the shape of amoeba in the figure? Amoeba has irregular shape. No definite shape is there in case of amoeba. Okay, so unlike other organism, it keep on changing its shape. Okay, it can change its shape because nature provide things, okay, to all. Okay, for nature every living organism is equal. Okay, it's not partial. Nature is not partial because amoeba is a single cell organism. That's why nature provide this that facility to mold its that shape. Okay, so that it can perform different kind of functions. It keep on changing its shape. Now, as we have discussed it earlier also, it changes its body shape. Okay, and it protrude its body part and form a shape like feet, like your hands or your legs. Okay, those protruding body part is known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, okay, and podia means feet. So amoeba need this kind of false feet to perform different function for engulfing the food. Okay, because of absence of any body structure, because amoeba is a single cell structure, unicellular. That's why amoeba needs such kind of things to perform the basic life functions. Okay, These projection appear and disappear as amoeba move and feed. Okay, they appear and they disappear as amoeba feeding. Okay, what is the advantage of amoeba derived from changing shape? Advantage is now amoeba can get the food without help of host. Amoeba do not need the host or parasitism. Okay, it can live as a free living organism. Okay, by its body only. It does not depend on other organism for its life. This is the advantage. Okay. Now, the change in shape is due to formation of pseudopodia, which facilitate movement and help in capturing the food. Okay, it captures the food. It do all the work which is done by our hand with the help of pseudopodia, false feet. Now, white blood cell in human blood is another example of single cell. Your body is made up of many unicellular cells. Okay, you can compare your single body with multiple unicellular organisms. So, WBC is a single cell, but while WBC is a cell, amoeba is a full-fledged organism. You can compare. WBC is a cell in your body, but amoeba, which is also a single cell, but it's a full-fledged organism. Okay, and it is capable of independent life. It do not depend upon other living organism. Okay. Now, what shape would you expect in organism with million of cells? Figure 8.4. Yes, this is figure 8.4. Show different kind of cells such as blood cell, such as your nerve cell. Okay, and this is your muscle cell. Blood, nerve cell, and muscle cell. These are few different kind of cells present in human body. Their shape are varied because they perform different kind of function. Okay, this is the typical nerve cell which is present inside your brain. It performs all the functions of your brain. Blood cell, then this is muscle cell. Okay, which is required for your movement. Now, generally cells are round. Okay, generally they are round, spherical or elongated. Some cells are long and pointed also. Some cells are long and pointed, tapering from both the sides. They exhibit spindle shape. That shape is known as spindle shape. The shape of balloon. You can compare it. Okay. The cells sometimes are quite long also. Some are branched. Like branches are there in nerve cell also. Okay. Some cells are branched. Some are unbranched. Okay. Now, nerve cells receive and transfer message. Therefore, helping to control and coordinate your working. Okay. Nerve cell help in transmission of signals that you are able to see because your nerve cells are transferring the signal of sight. You are able to hear because your nerve cells are transferring the signal of hearing, of sound. Okay, that's how your nerve cell function. These branches are attached with another neuron and it help in transmission. Okay, as a cable, as a wires, it help in transmission of signal from one part of body to a brain. Then brain interpret that signal and tell us to do that particular function. Okay, this is nerve cell, typical nerve cell. Now, can you guess which part of the cell gives its shape? Okay, component of cells are enclosed in a membrane. Now we are coming to the important part of this chapter. Okay, we are going to study the component of the cell. Component of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. This membrane provides the shape. The membrane of the cell provides the shape to that cell. Okay. Cell wall is additional covering over the plant cell. So, the outmost covering of any cell is known as cell membrane, or specifically we can call it plasma membrane. Plasma because the fluid inside the cell is in fluid, that state of matter. Okay, the fluid inside the cell is in fluid state. Okay, that's why, and fluid is known as plasma. That's why cell membrane also known as plasma membrane. But in case of plants and some bacteria also, it has additional layer which is known as cell wall. Don't confuse cell wall with cell membrane. Cell membrane is present in each and every cell. Each and every cell, starting from unicellular organism to multicellular organism. Each and every cell is having cell membrane. but cell wall is particularly present in plant cell and some bacteria. Okay, why it is present in plant cell only? Because plant cannot move. Okay, to withstand the extreme temperatures, to withstand all the harm of weather, wind, etc. The nature provided this that structure to plants so that it can protect itself. Okay, we can move, so we don't need such kind of structure. It provides the rigidity so that it will not move with those extreme conditions. Okay, bacteria also have cell wall. Now size of cell. Size of cell in a living organism may be as small as millionth of a meter. It can be as small as millionth of a meter, or millionth of a meter is known as micron, or maybe as large as few centimeter also. Okay. However, most of the cell are microscopic in size. Most of the cell are microscopic and not visible to your unaided eyes. Okay. They need to be enlarged or magnified by microscope. We need microscope to observe them. Smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in a bacteria. Okay. Largest cell is egg of an ostrich, which is measuring 170 mm multiply 130 mm. It's quite large. You can observe it with your unaided eyes. Okay. Now, size of cell has no relation with size of body. Keep this in your mind. Size of cell is not at all related to size of the organism. Okay. For example, size is related to function, not the overall organism. Okay. Now, it is not necessary that the cell in the that elephant be larger than the rat. It is not necessary. Okay. The size of cell is related to function. For example, nerve cell. Both elephant and mice, small mice, they having that similar shaped, similar sized nerve cell. Okay, because the function of nerve cell is quite similar in both of them. Okay, the size of the cell is not related to overall size of the organism. It is related to function only. Okay. Now, cell structure and function. You have learned that living organisms have many organs. So let me tell you the hierarchy. First of all, cell, then many cells that mix together and they will perform that same function. They are known as tissue. Many tissue perform a same kind of function. They will known as organ. For example, liver. Okay. Then many organ that do similar kind of function. They will form the organ system. For example, liver, stomach, pancreas, all are the organs of digestive system, which is a organ system. Okay. Now you have learned that each living organism have many different organs. You have studied in 7th class your digestive tract, your respiratory tract. Yeah? Each organ and system perform different functions such as digestion, assimilation, absorption. Similarly, different organ of a plant perform specific or specialized function. For example, root help in absorption. Root are there in plants, okay, for absorption. Leaves, as you have learned in class 7, responsible for photosynthesis. Each organ is further divided into a similar part known as tissue. As we have discussed, a tissue is a group of cells performing same function. Okay. Now Baheti realized that organ is made up of tissue, which is in turn made up of cell. Okay, that's why cell is the fundamental basic unit of of living organism. Okay. Now parts of the cell. Firstly, let's start with the cell membrane, also known as your plasma membrane. Okay, basic component of cell are known as that your cell organelle, not organ. Don't confuse cell organelles with organ. Cell organelles are the component of the cell, the component which are present inside the cell. Okay, organ is group of tissue perform same kind of function. Okay. Now, the first and foremost that structure is cell membrane, which we have discussed. Okay, we will discuss it in detail also. Secondly, cytoplasm and nucleus. Okay. Firstly, the cell membrane. Then cytoplasm is a fluid which is filled in entire cell. Cell is filled with that plasma-like liquid, jelly-like substance known as cytoplasm. Cyto means cell. Plasm is the fluid. The fluid of cell is cytoplasm. Okay. Then in the center of the cell, roughly center, in plant cell it's not in center, so it is nucleus. Okay, so three basic structure is plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. All the component of the cell embedded in that cytoplasm, it is present inside that cytoplasm. Okay, we are going to learn about them one by one. The boundary of the cell is known as cell membrane. Cell membrane is present in each and every cell. Okay, covered by another thick layer of covering cell wall in case of plants and some bacteria. Cell wall is present only in plant and bacteria. Okay, the center dense round body in the center is known as nucleus. Roughly in center. Okay, it's a dense that body of cell. It is present roughly in the nucleus, in the jelly-like substance in which all other components are embedded is known as cytoplasm. Okay, between nucleus and the membrane, all the jelly-like fluid present in the inside the cell is known as cytoplasm. So we have discussed why plant needs cell wall, because plant cannot move by their own. It cannot protect itself by moving. That's why plant need a rigid structure, cell wall. Okay, that animals which can move, they do not need such structure. Okay. You have learned earlier that cell membrane gives shape to the cell. In addition to the cell membrane, there is an outer most thick layer of cell in plants known as cell wall. This additional layer surround the cell membrane required for plant for protection. Okay. Plant cell need protection against variation of temperature, high wind speed, atmospheric that moisture. Okay. They are exposed to this variation because they cannot move. Unlike animals. Okay, cell can be seen, cell can be observed in leaf of tree of your Alodia, Rio. Okay, all these are the example of your plant Terentia. Okay, you can prepare a slide in case of onion. Okay, you can make a slice of the onion peel. You can peel the onion. Okay, then you can that stain that layer, that peel, and then you can observe that peel under the microscope. Then you are able to see all those components by yourself. Okay, we will try to do that. Paheli asked Bujo if he can also observe the animal cell. Now, since Paheli did the plant cell, now Bujo will do animal cell, and we are going to compare it also. Okay, we can observe the that animal cell of your cheek also. Okay, you can scrape a layer of that cheek cell with the help of toothpick, and then you can smear it on a glass slide, and then you can observe it under the microscope by after staining. Okay, this is a typical animal cell. Nucleus is roughly in the center. This is your plasma membrane, and this is cytoplasm. Okay, cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane. Okay, and nucleus is having its own membrane known as nuclear membrane. Now cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance present between cell membrane and the nucleus. Okay, various other components of the organelle of the cell are present in the cytoplasm. These are mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, etc. Okay, you are going to learn about them in higher classes, though I will be giving you brief idea of these things. Okay, so firstly let's do the nucleus and other things, then we will discuss a few things about this cell organelle also. Okay, nucleus is an important component of the living cell. Okay, generally spherical, roughly spherical, and located in the center of the cell. In case of animal, it is always in the center, but in case of animal cell, it is slightly towards that corner. We will discuss why. It can be seen by staining, okay, with the help of microscope. After staining, you are able to see the nucleus. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by the layer known as nuclear membrane. Membrane of nucleus is nuclear membrane. This membrane is also porous. Your plasma membrane is porous. It allows it is also that semi-permeable. It allows few components to move inside the cell and it allows few components to exit the cell. So it is a that permeable membrane. Okay. In the same way, nucleus membrane is also semi-permeable and porous, which allow the movement of component. This allow movement of material between cytoplasm and inside the nucleus. With the help of microscope of higher magnification, like electronic microscope, we can see the smaller spherical body in the nucleus known as nucleolus. Nucleolus is a small spherical body present inside the nucleus. Okay. In addition, nucleus contains thread-like structure known as chromosomes. What are these chromosomes? These carry genes and help in inheritance of transfer of character from parents to offspring. Chromosome can be seen only when cell divide. So, very tough that lines. Let me dissect these lines for you. First of all the genetic material which is passed from your parents to you, okay, which is passed in that one generation to another generation, it is passed in the form of genes, not the genes which you are wearing. No, genes are the fundamental inheritance unit. It means it is always passed from parents to offspring. Okay, it's a thread-like structure. Okay, and it is so large that the nature needs to fold it. Okay, it cannot be stored inside your body as unfolded thread, otherwise it will accumulate whole of your body. So it is always present in that fold. Okay, those fold, when the genes got folded, it takes up the structure of X, roughly X. Those structure is known as chromosomes. Again, I am just telling you, genes are the basic inheritance unit which is passed from parents to offspring. Okay, so genes are the thread-like structure. Okay, it's so large, so long that it cannot be kept inside the cell in unfolded manner. So it has to be folded, and the way it is folded, it take the shape of X. That shape is known as chromosomes. Okay. Now, the genes and the inheritance of transfer of character from parents to offspring. Okay, it is transferred from parents to offspring. Chromosome can be seen when the cell divide. Now, what is genes? Genes is a unit of inheritance in the living organism. It controls the transfer of hereditary character from parents to offspring. Why do you look like your parents? Why your eyes look like your parents' eyes? Why your height matches with either your father or your mother? Your hair, your skin color, even the smallest details of you matches with your parents, because of this information which is carried in form of genes from parents to offspring. In form of genes. Genes carry all those information. Okay, that's why you look like your parents. This means your parents pass some of the characteristics to you through the genes. If your father has a brown color eye, then you may also have the brown color eye. If your mother hairs are curly, then your hair might also be curly. Okay. However, different combination of genes pass from parents to offspring. Sometimes offspring do not matches with either of the parents because these genes got combined. Okay, so it lost the basic character also sometimes. Now, nucleus, in addition to its role in inheritance, it also acts as control center of the activities of the cell. It also acts as control center, like CPU in your computer, like brain in your body. Nucleus performs the same function. It controls all the activities. It's a control room. Okay. The entire content of the living cell known as protoplasm. Entire content is known as protoplasm. Proto means living. Plasm means fluid. Okay. It includes cytoplasm and nucleus. So cytoplasm plus nucleus is equal to protoplasm. Got it? Now, protoplasm is called the living substance of the cell. Proto means living, as I told you. Plasm means fluid. Okay. Now, nucleus of the bacteria cell is not well organized as it is organized in multicellular organism. Okay, the cell, there is no nuclear membrane in case of bacteria. Okay, in case of multicellular organism, nucleus is having its own membrane known as nuclear membrane, which is absent in small bacteria. The cell having nuclear material without nuclear membrane, it is known as prokaryotic cell. Another term, you can differentiate all the cell into another category. First one is prokaryote, second one is eukaryote. Pro means ancient, old. Karyote means nucleus. Whenever you hear the word karyote, it means related to nucleus. Eu means true. Karyote means nucleus. So prokaryote means old nucleus which is without nuclear membrane. Eukaryote means true nucleus which is present with nuclear membrane. Okay. Now pro means primitive or old. Karyon means nucleus. Examples: bacteria, blue-green algae. The nucleus is without nuclear membrane. The cell like onion and cheek cells having well-organized nucleus because it is the cell. They are the cell of multicellular organism. Okay, designated as eukaryote. All living organism other than bacteria and blue-green algae. Okay, all the living organism other than bacteria or few more microscopic organism are eukaryote. They are having nuclear membrane. Okay. Now, while observing the onion cell under the microscope, did you notice any blank looking structure? In case of plant cell, one more structure is also there which is very visible to the microscope. It is vacuole. Okay, what is this vacuole? It could be a single or big as an onion cell. It's the largest structure in plant cell. Okay, largest cell organelle. It could be single or big as onion cells. Cheek cell has small vacuole. Cheek cell, which is animal cell, is having small vacuole or no vacuole at all. Okay. Large vacuole are common in plant cell. Another difference of plant and animal cell. First difference is presence and absence of cell wall. Second difference is in case of plant cell they are having large vacuole. Almost 90% of the cell is occupied by that vacuole in case of plant cell, but in case of animal cell, few small vacuoles are present and sometimes it's not present at all also. Okay, you might have noticed that several small colored bodies in the cytoplasm. In case of Tridacea leaf, these are scattered in the cytoplasm of the leaf. These are known as plastids. First of all, let's complete the vacuole part. Because that animal can move, they do not need to store everything. Okay, but in case of plant, because they do not move, they have to store everything. They have vacuole. In addition to that, this is not a proper explanation of the presence of vacuole in plant cell, because animal cell divide and that's how they grow. Animal cell divide and grow. They do not need water for their growth. The cell of the animal cell do not require water for their growth, but the animal cell grow only by accumulating more and more water. They grow by accumulating water. So they need to store that all the component, because they need for growth they need to store more water, and to store more water they need larger vacuole. Got it? Now let's come to the second component, plastids. Plastids are present in plant cell only. They are absent in animal cell. Why? They are of different colors. Some of them contain green pigment called chlorophyll. Plastids are utensil, burtan, in which pigment is present. Okay, the color of the pigment give plastids different color. For example, if color of the pigment is green, then plastid will look like green. If the color of the pigment is blue, it will give blue color to the plastid. So plastid can be of different color. You can imagine plastid as a utensil in which we keep the pigment. Okay. So pigment carrying that structure is known as plastid. It is present in case of plant only because they need to carry this pigment to carry out photosynthesis. Okay. Now some of them contain green pigment. We know that green pigment is nothing but chlorophyll. Green colored plastid are known as chloroplastid. Okay, chloroplastid, chloro green. Chloro is basically means green. Plastid, container. They provide green color to leaves. You may recall that chlorophyll in the chloroplast of the leaf is essential for the photosynthesis. You are aware of that. Okay. Now this is typical plant cell. This is typical animal cell. Though that we have to discuss the few more diagrams, because they are not clear diagram. Okay, only few organelles are present in these diagrams. Okay. Now comparison of plant cell and animal cell. Though we have been doing this since the starting of our chapter, let's do it again. Okay. So, if you recall by activity 8.3 and 8.4, you should be able to compare plant and animal cell. Observe both of the cell carefully in this diagram. Okay, let us tabulate the similarities and the distinguish features of animal and plant cell. Okay, so by diagram you can see the cell wall plus the cell membrane is present in case of plant cell. Entire space is occupied by the vacuole, which are smaller in case of animal cell. Nucleus is at the corner, as I have discussed, slightly in the corner, and in nucleus is in the middle, in center in case of animal cell. Okay, this is cytoplasm, the fluid of the cell in which all the cell organelles are embedded. Okay, other cell organelles you can see this. This is nothing but mitochondria. Okay, these are vacuoles. These diagrams are not at all clear. Okay, I have provided you clear diagram also in Zoom class and in your notes also. In case of plant cell, few more components are also there. They are chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast is present only in plant cell. Okay, so now let's compare both of them. Cell membrane present in plant cell, present in animal cell also. Cell wall present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Nucleus present in both. Nuclear membrane present in both. Both are eukaryote. Don't confuse it. Okay, both are having nuclear membrane. Cytoplasm present. Cytoplasm is common feature. Plastids present, absent. They do not have to carry out the photosynthesis. But some bacteria are there which have to carry out photosynthesis. Okay, they have plastid. Okay, few exceptions are always there. Vacuoles, large vacuole, small or no vacuole at all. Okay, now chapter is over. These are the few keywords of this chapter. Go through each and every keywords. These are very important. Okay, let's do the exercise part. Now very first is true and false. Unicellular organism have one celled body. Correct. True. Muscles cells are branched. Yeah, it can be branched. Okay. Next is basic unit of organism is organ. No, it is cell. Amoeba has irregular shape. Yes, it has irregular shape. Take a sketch of human nerve cell. What function do nerve cell perform? It helps in transmission of signal. And for diagram, I will provide you the diagram in notes. Okay, you can draw the diagram which was provided in notes itself. Okay. Now, function of nerve cell is to transmit the signals. It transmits all the signals. Short note on cytoplasm and nucleus. You can do that. We have discussed them in detail. You can write down short note on both of these. Which part of the cell contain organelles? Cytoplasm contain all the organelles. Okay. Now make sketch. This is most important question. Make sketch of both of them. I have provided you the diagram. Make sketch and state differences and similarities also. I have added one more thing in this question. State similarities and differences in animal and plant cell. Okay. State difference between eukaryote and prokaryote. Eukaryote have nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is absent in prokaryote. Okay. But where the chromosome found in the cell? Inside the nucleus. Okay. State their function. The function of chromosomes are they carry the basic unit of heredity, which is genes. They carry the genes. They pass on the genes from parents to offspring. Cells are the basic structural unit of all living organism. Explain. In this part, you can compare them with the bricks. Like bricks are the fundamental unit of the building. In the same way, cell are the fundamental unit of all the living organism. Okay. Explain why chloroplasts are found only in plant cell, because plant cell have to carry out photosynthesis. Okay, to carry out photosynthesis they need to capture the sunlight. To capture the sunlight they need a structure. That structure is chlorophyll. Okay, and to contain the chlorophyll we need a utensil. That utensil is plastic. Okay. So you can do this question by yourself. So this chapter is over. That you have to study this chapter in detail, okay, because this is very important chapter for your future also. Okay students, thank you.